What is good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Blood, and welcome to another great edition of the Post Credits. Today we are going live once again. Today we will be talking about Superman, the first installment of the new CEU run by James Gunn and Peter Safton. But before we get into that, if you guys were here with us yesterday, we went live to review the Fantastic Four First Steps. That video was already up on the channel, so make sure to go after you watch this video. Go make sure to watch that video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna point to the people who are gonna take us through this great review. It's none other than my main man, Justin. Justin, how are you, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. I changed my life after you called me a dipshit yesterday,
Uh,
so I'm better now.
okay, that's wonderful. I don't remember that, but I'm sorry if I did. But joining us is another than the great supporter himself, Matt. Matt, how are you, bro?
Chilling.
All right, up. That's wonderful.
Feeling like a villain.
Damn right. Was he chilling like Lex Luthor? We about to find out right now. But guys, let's get into it. Superman. It's the first Superman film since Man of Steel. I believe that was released in 2015, maybe. I don't know. Man of Steel. Man of Steel. Oh, 2013. I was off by 2 years. 2013. It stars David Corenswet. Was that what the man's name?
Corenswet.
Corenswet. Nicholas Holt, Rachel Brosnahan, and a smattering of other people like Nathan Fillion and Isabella Merced. And then you also have Mr. Terrific and Edu Good. I don't even know how to say his name. I messed up his name. So shout out to my boy Edie. But yeah, we also got Skylar Gisandu as Jimmy Olsen and Wendell Pierce as Perry White. So we'll get right into it as well. So guys, simple question. Like I always do all the reviews. Let's get the big question right out the gate. Did you like this movie? Yay or nay? What, Matt, hit me.
Nope.
Nope. Got it.
Didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
Shot it down with the quickness.
Shot it down with the quickness.
Damn.
Why, Matt? You didn't like it?
It was just so mid to me. Like, just mid as fuck. There's nothing special about this movie. I had no feelings towards it at all. It didn't feel like Superman to me. I don't know.
Got you. Justin, same question. Yay or nay? Did you like the movie?
I'm going to have a different aspect to this than, say, Matt does. Feels like maybe Matt liked Superman back in the day, or liked Superman as a character. I have always not been the biggest fan of our Superman. That's just because of the way the character's set up, super overpowered, and all that. And then, like, to me, his biggest bad guy is Lex Luthor, which is like a bald, rich guy. Like, I don't know. I've always never really gotten to Superman, but I will say this film right here, I actually did like, obviously more than Matt, because I felt like I could relate at least a little bit to Superman, because the movie did a pretty good job of making him seem like he wasn't overpowered, like he could get beat. I also like the fact it wasn't just an origin story again. Same thing we were talking about last night when we were doing the Fantastic Four review. You kind of come into this world. He's been Superman for like 3 years, so you get to get thrown into the story. He's already got both characters set aside, Clark Kent and the Superman character. And I thought Corenswet did a pretty damn good job for Superman, to be honest with you. Now, there are some critiques and stuff like that. This is not a perfect movie like most movies are or are not. And so we'll get into those. But I overall enjoyed the film.
I agree. I overall enjoyed the film as well, because yeah, you can see certain things about it. It wasn't like perfect, but I think the thing about it is, for the past couple of years, the question people have been asking is, what is Superman? Like, what is it? Like, who is he? Like, Zack Snyder really tried to paint him more of as like a god-like figure and something holy, but then there's other instances where Superman is about hope and light and seeing once using your own strength to rise above. And I think this movie does that very well. Did the art there were there mechanical issues of the film, is what I like to call mechanical issues of the film? Yes, I understand that. But overall, yeah, I also like the film. What are your critiques, Justin? You know, just Matt said it was kind of mid. Didn't really feel it was Superman.
My so
Like,
there is a couple things here.
what's up, Adelia? Hey,
Starting a
hey.
new universe. You're starting a new universe. One that like is coming off the tails of like the other movies and stuff failing for DC. This one did need to kind of hit a home run. I don't think he
Mhm.
hit a home run. You know, think he hit a double, which is fine, right? Like maybe you get a double with an RBI or something like that. It's a very
Mhm.
important hit in the game. So I don't think they like really fumbled this one or whatever. Uh, I just think that there are things in the film that like, for instance, the whole I talked about this a little bit last night. So you got two movies back to back. They kind of did the same thing, so they're kind of comparable. They evacuate people. In this film, it's almost like a miracle that people get evacuated as fast as they do. Whereas in the other film, you know, that takes time and they give it time. So it's not like this last second, oh, we got to get everybody out of the way kind of situation and stuff like that. Like people are still trying to escape in the Superman movie. Whereas in the Fantastic Four, right, they gave that a little bit of time to like kind of sink in. And there was time that passed, like it was a couple of weeks maybe that happened that they were
Yeah,
actually
because
making the
they
final
were
evacuation.
a month away.
Yeah.
They were like, because I think Mars is like couple of like Mars is pretty far away from us, but it was
Right.
also galactic, so it's probably like a
And
month.
I mean,
Something
Gladys
like
is
that.
in this big ass ship. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit
Yeah.
of time, but like I said, there was just those kind of things. Now, I do think the best part of the movie to me was Superman. Period. Because and I think that's a good thing for it because I think Cornsweat, like I said, did a very good job, and I also think they got like a comic book more accurate of depiction of Superman, whereas Superman's never. Like you said, they tried to make like Superman seem like a god, like in the
He was
movies that
broody.
Snyder did and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
in like the comics, and even in the first movies of Superman, he was kind of like a goofy guy.
Hmm.
Like yeah, he stood up and he did what he needed to do to like fight against
Superman the
whatever bad
animated
was
show.
happening. Yeah, yeah,
Superman the animated show. That's how I pointed it out. Yeah.
right, right. But like, so he would get there, show up, beat the bad guy, do whatever, right? But then like, he also had a little bit of like cheesiness, a little bit of goofiness to
Hmm.
him, which to me is more like the Superman. Like Superman has never been this guy who just stood there. Ooh, I'm gonna beat everybody up because I'm a badass kind of situation or whatever.
Hmm.
He was always just like the goody two shoes. I'm gonna even while I'm fighting a big monster, I'm gonna save a cat out of a tree at the same time kind of situation and stuff
Squirrel
like that.
being crushed.
Squirrel in this movie, but it's the same thing. And I thought
Hmm.
they got that part of the movie correct. And I'm also second best to me was actually Lex Luthor. I thought it was kind of a genius idea to have Lex Luthor have the time. So when we come into this world, Superman's been known for like I think it's 3 or 4 years, and then
He
Lex
already
Luthor's
hates
had
him. He already
right, but
hates him.
Lex
Yeah.
Luthor already has that time
Yes.
before we even get in the film to come up with a grand plan. It's not like he's
Yes.
coming with a plan off the cuff. He's been doing and setting this up for like 3 years. So I thought that was actually pretty good. I thought
Hmm.
the guy played a pretty good role. And I did think there's one part specifically in this movie that I thought that they actually let Lex Luthor be a bad guy, and that was the Russian roulette scene. I thought
Yeah.
that was actually really good.
That I can't. Honestly, Justin, I'm gonna be real with you. I can't believe they put that scene in that movie like that. Because you know what
I
I mean.
can. They need to.
No,
My
I know, no, I'm with
yeah.
you. They need to. That was great. It shows you that this man is evil.
Yep.
He is not a good. He is evil. Like you know, like that's what I always liked about the Michael Rosenbaum character, right? They in Smallville they start off as friends because he saves Michael Lex Luthor from dying, and then they become friends and becomes friends, and he always feels like Clark is hiding stuff from him, and the relationship deteriorates, and then Lex becomes now he's like you're not you were never honest with me, you're not even human, you know what I mean? And so then it becomes he says the famous line, "I'm the villain of this story." This movie, he's the villain of this story, and I also like how it's a modern twist. Like they added the modern aspect of it, right? It wasn't like Jesse Eisenberg's, you know, you know, corny looking nerd villain, like, oh, Batman, Clark Kent, blah 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 blah. But Lex was like, in this movie, he used the machinations of bots on internet slandering Superman. The monkeys just typing up mean tweets, just slandering him, just pumping people with bad information. But then also, you know, building a robot that mimics Superman, and then cloning him, and it was awesome. It was pretty good. Adelia in the chat says, "How was Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor? Do you think they casted the role too young again? It could have been better served if they'd cast the older actor." I don't think. I think he was good. I don't think his age had to do anything good, because I think you grow. You
I
grow.
think the actor did fine, but like we said, I think there were certain spots in this movie that let him be actually evil, which is
Mhm.
actually really good. And that's the problem we're having with a lot of these things. They're not letting the evil people be freaking evil. These are
Mhm.
evil people. Let them be evil. Like, let them do horrible things so that as a fan watching the movie, you want to fist pump when the evil guy, or whoever it
This
is,
is
the evil
comeuppance.
character, gets taken care of. You want to, baby, get his ass, Superman. Like, you start cheering for that. The problem a lot of times with these days is like the villain, we have to understand something about every. Now, that's fine to do here and there, right? To
Mhm.
throw in an evil character like a Thanos, for instance, where you can have the arguments. Do you think Thanos was kind of right? Does he
He
have a
said,
reason to do
"Yeah,
this?
yeah, we have to
Right?
eliminate half of you to save you."
Exactly. And that's like cool to have every now and then. But most of the time, we need the bad guys just to be bad guys,
Mhm.
bad characters. It doesn't even have to be a guy, it can be anybody. Just a bad character, be a bad character. And that's part of the problem, like I've seen more recently, and maybe this is a turn for the better. I do think Les Luthor was actually written very good. So because of that, I don't know how much of it was because of the actor or the way he was like
He's a
portrayed
damn
and
good actor,
directed.
man. That Nicholas
Yeah,
Hoult. Funny enough, too, Justin, he auditioned for Superman. He
yeah,
wanted to be Superman, and they said, "No, we're gonna go with David, but we think you're gonna be a better Lex Luthor."
right.
So
I would have been Lex Luthor. I always thought like characters in Superman, the bad guys were cooler just because to me Superman was kind of a dork, but he was a good dork, right? And
I also think it's
eventually,
harder. It's also harder to play Superman than it is
oh
to
yeah,
play his villains. Because
well
you
you gotta
gotta
be
make no, because you gotta come across earnest, lovable, a little goofy, without feeling it to be out of character and kind of corny and not connective. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty harder to do that than play a bad guy, because you just gotta be bad. You
right.
know what I mean?
And
Just be a genocidal maniac. You
and
know?
I will add, I heard like a spoiler before I went and watched the film about like the monkey thing and the way it was portrayed. I don't think it was that bad once I saw it in the movie. I thought
No,
that
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I
What
thought it
was?
was going to be dumb as hell though. Before
Yeah,
I walked in the movie, I was already prepared. Like when these monkeys come out, it's going to be dumb as hell. I don't think they
yeah.
did it that much. I will say
It was like a scene or two. It was pretty much. It wasn't even that bad.
right, and I will add this. So you have uh Crypto in this movie, and
Yeah.
then we had crap. I'm going to mess up. I know it starts with an H, but like Hermit or whatever the
Herbie,
robot Herbie,
Herbie
right?
the robot.
And they kind of relate to each other, like as far as what they did for the film. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Herbie in Fantastic Four was freaking amazing. I thought he was cool. He never really wore out his welcome. Crypto was borderline, and it's hard to do because it's a cute little dog. But I'm gonna tell you, Crypto was borderline starting to get on my nerves. Okay, he
I
was
can, I
right
can, I
there.
can, I can understand, because I was with you. That's why I preferred Alan Tudyk's Robot 4.
Hmm.
I think the
Yeah,
robot. I think the robot was more in the Herbie thing, where
yeah.
when well, you know what? I just realized something. Matt, we haven't heard you talk. You said, Matt, you said it wasn't really Superman. He got beat up a lot. Expand upon that. You didn't, expand. What do you mean by that, Matt? Sorry, Matt.
He was
Oh,
like he always needed help, like fighting people, like the whole time. He always needed help for everybody, and like usually Superman's the last guy they call in because and everyone else is fought and they can't do nothing. And
Yeah, it's
that's
mhm,
like when you have to call the
overpowered.
boss.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah.
be like,
overpowered
hey,
Superman comes in and takes care
yeah.
of shit.
Hmm.
So just to see it in reverse, it was just I don't know. It was out of character to me.
Could it be because there was two incidents going at the same time? and he was at one. You know, you can't really clone. You know, there was this incident over there. Then there's the Metropolis incident. So he's kind of like the Metropolis incident, and the people he was getting beat up was. We ended up finding out that was it Omni Man. Was it Omni Man? No, not Omni Man. What's the name? What's the villain's name? That the guy. I don't know. The guy that it was his
Talking about
clone.
the clone, yeah, the clone.
Yeah, the clone. Like that's the only guy that really
Ultraman.
like
I think it
Ultraman.
was Ultraman, right?
Yeah, Ultraman. I think that's the only really. I think that's the only really guy that really beat him up was himself.
Yeah.
You know, it was himself with Lex Luthor's years of planning. That's the guy who really beat up Superman because everyone else really didn't beat him up like
I
that.
did think it was kind of cool. Like, let me know what y'all think, but I thought it was kind of cool how Lex Luthor had like honed in on Superman, watched all the
Yeah.
movies and what he normally does,
Mhm.
and then he was the one basically giving the. It was like he was playing a video game
Yeah.
because he was like watching and paying attention to
He would say
everything. that-
he would say A1 to B8.
Yep.
And it'll be like a move, you know? Yeah.
But yeah, there's a clone of Superman. It's
Yeah,
Ultraman.
it's an Ultraman. Adelia just said, let's answer this question, guys. What was our impressions of Rachel Brosnahan? Brosnahan, yeah, Brosnahan, cool. As Lois Lane, did she have chemistry with David Corenswet? Did you think the chemistry was good? Because
I
we did
thought it was
just because we talked about Thor and how you know the relationship with Jane.
To me,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
well,
this
to me,
one,
the top
this one's
three.
key.
Well, to me, the top three performances was Superman,
Mhm.
Lex Luthor,
Yep.
and then Lois Lane, pretty close to Lex Luthor,
Mm-hmm.
in third. All three of those, I thought that the main key cast to me did well. Some of the side cast did well as did good, but like these three main cast did well. But real quick with what Matt was talking about too
Amy.
is there are times where when you think about, so when I'm watching the movie, I was just pleasantly surprised that I wasn't sitting over here bored out of my mind because Superman's too strong and he's whooping everybody's ass too easy and everything else when I was watching the film. But then when you think about it, it's like, so there's a part in the movie, which I know why they did it because it was really cool. It's when Superman saves the squirrel, saves a little girl as well, and I think saves somebody else during that fight with the big ass like Godzilla basically
Yeah.
that he's fighting. And but at the same time, like he's not wanting to kill it, right? Because Superman doesn't really want to kill anything. He wants to like try to save it or whatever. But when you think about that logically, you're like, well, Superman's so powerful, he could have picked this damn thing up and took it out in the desert or something somewhere close by where nobody was and did his thing so that he didn't have to kill it or take it out because like he could
in the ocean.
actually literally do that.
Mhm.
Because in this film, it's like you can say that in this particular film or story, maybe Superman doesn't know how truly powerful he is. He's only been around for a couple years
Mhm.
and doing his thing, but that doesn't fit this film because at a moment he stops a freaking skyscraper from falling on a woman that's on a bridge trying to escape whenever everybody's trying to get away. It's like, I'm sorry, but that big ass skyscraper weighs as much or more than that monster they were fighting. He could have easily just picked that thing up, took it out somewhere to safety, and did that. And when that's where this movie has its weaknesses. When you start thinking about those things, you're like, oh, I get what Matt's saying. When I was watching the film, I kind of just turned my brain off and was having like a little bit more fun than I thought I was going to have watching a Superman film.
Yeah, Adelia says, I heard the dog saved Superman twice. Is that true? Was it a good choice by James Gunn? Yeah, he saves him at the beginning of the movie where he drags him to the Fortress of Solitude. Justin, you know what? Justin, I'm gonna say it. He annoyed me. The dog annoyed me.
No,
the dog annoyed me.
Like I said, it was borderline
annoyed
even
me.
for me. And I love
the dog annoyed me.
But I agree with you. Like the
dog
dog
annoyed me.
walking around
But
all
then,
the time.
here's the thing too. Here's the thing. I was annoyed, right? But then at the end, when I found out that it wasn't his dog and it was Kara's dog,
Yeah,
and then you
Supergirl.
see how Supergirl, you see how she reacts, and people say dogs are like their owners. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. She's like not put together. She looks like
Oh, she
not
was
put
drunk.
together. She was drunk. Now I know why the dog be acting this way. You know what I mean? So like I
Yeah.
understand why, because I grew up with Crypto. Crypto was there was a TV show called Crypto the Dog,
Yeah.
where it followed Crypto the Dog, and he was like this big majestic dog, and he was Superman's dog, and he was very like regal and powerful. This dog was definitely Supergirl's dog. She was drunk. She was hobbling in, hungover. And I'm like, okay, I understand why you have that dog. That makes sense now. But throughout the entire movie, he was annoying me. That was probably the purpose of the dog. Maybe I don't know what that was. He probably just wants to introduce Crypto the dog. But me personally, that dog was pissing me the hell off.
What did
I
you think about the dog, Matt, as a dog owner?
Yeah, I mean, I love dogs. To me, it was a joke all the time. Just like I know I told Adelia before, but like the fact that they have Superman and he's got a dog that's super powered and shit, like it was just that's so dumb to me. Like even in the comics, that's dumb to me. Like Batman, it makes more sense. Like if he had a trained ass dog that helped him take people down and shit, that would make
a
sense to me. I
Rottweiler.
think that's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah,
Yeah, like
I think
a
that's cool.
Rottweiler. Yeah.
But like Superman's dog,
Yeah.
you know, and like he just jumps in, like I don't know.
Yeah, he
I
was a
was
little too
annoyed by it.
unruly for me. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
get it.
exactly.
Like,
He's unruly because his owner
right,
just
I
look
understand
at
that to
her.
a certain point, but like, it becomes a Jar Jar thing. Jar Jar Binks from the original Star Wars, like that character is okay, but you do too much with him, right? You have him step in the poodoo, the bantha fodder, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like all these little jokes, and you just do it too much.
Yeah.
And it was like, if he's going to be the unruly style, then he only needs to be in the movie for a couple of things. And like, he was in the movie for way more than I thought he was going to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you.
Well, no, let's keep moving, guys. A lot of characters were introduced in this movie. Were y'all okay with the characters that were introduced? Do you think everybody was given their due, or do you think it was a little over bloated? Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, to me, this should have been some sort of a team thing. It shouldn't be called a Superman movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, well, my biggest gripe is the change they made with why his parents sent him to Earth.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yes,
we'll
yes.
get to that. We'll save that one for it. That's going to be a gripe to me of
All
almost
right,
everybody.
yeah,
I think that's probably the biggest gripe. Everyone, I think the people who even like this movie are like, I could have, yeah, you could have kept it moving.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also too, yeah, no, I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you on that one.
We'll
I'm with you
jump
on
on
that
it
one.
right now. So basically, the premise
So no,
is
well, no.
Superman.
Before we jump on that, Justin, answer the question just real quick. Over bloated characters got their due. What do you think? Quickly.
I don't like hate like what they did. I think they did. I thought the person playing Green Lantern was pretty cool. Like
Yeah,
even though his haircut was real dorky, but hey, I get
I
it.
think
If we're gonna do comic book movies, I do want them to be like
accurate.
I hated back in the day the X-Men not wearing their X-Men costumes.
Oh yeah,
Like how
and
stupid
then
is that?
then that the joke where Scott was this James Marsden said, "What do you think? It was gonna be yellow?" Like that
Yeah,
that pissed me off. I'm like, yes, I did. I want it to be yellow. Why are you wearing black?
yeah. And
You
then
know what I
they're
like
mean?
using the Matrix for that.
I thought
Yeah.
what was
The
it, Mr.
Matrix's fault. No, you're right, Matt. It is the Matrix's fault. Yeah, you're right.
But
Mhm.
like we have Mr. Terrific. I thought he did a good job. I thought he was a
Yeah.
pretty cool little character. The weakest one was probably what was it, Hawk Girl. And I'm not gonna lie, she does that scream thing, and I get it that that's also from the comics and stuff. And I'm not,
And Justice League the animated.
yeah, and I'm not upset that she's doing the scream thing, but the way they portrayed it was kind of cheesy as shit.
Mhm.
Like when she did the scream, it kind of sounded a little off, and then like she was doing it at moments like to me like she should be doing that scream like as she's like coming down to clobber somebody with the big ass hammer
When
or
she's
whatever it
flying,
was.
when she's flying, she should be screaming. But when she's swinging that mace, she should
Yeah,
be screaming
yeah,
like a battle
exactly.
cry.
Yeah, she was just like flying around. She was like doing the noise, and it was kind of like, what? She have to
Yeah.
do that to stay afloat. I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
there.
Why do you need to scream while you're flying? Just fly.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So
But we
yes.
can't jump on
So
that.
yeah, let's jump on it. They switch it up. They say, funnily enough, Bradley Cooper is Jor-El. So shout out to Bradley Cooper. So I don't remember what it was. It was go to Earth and conquer them and
Well, I'll set it up because
yeah.
I was prepared
Set it
for
up,
it.
Justin.
So,
Yeah.
like, the premise of the movie is Superman. Like, they even have this thing ready for him if he's having to get helped out or whatever. Like, they use the sun obviously to power him back up and to help heal him
Fortress
and
of
everything.
Solitude. The Fortress of
Right at the
Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude, and the robot number 4, which Ferris was talking about, has a
Love him.
yeah,
I shout out to Alan Tudyk, bro. Love that guy,
queued
man.
up on screen to soothe Superman. Is why he did it. He says is to like have Jor-El and them giving a message to him, like when he was sent to Earth, that he could listen to and see his parents while he was on Earth. and it's a really good like motivational kind of speech. Like, we want you to go there. We found the one place that you could go and help out, and you could be strong and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff, right? And it's like a really good speech. Then there's like a hiccup, and then it just restarts. So basically, it's like messed up. So the whole film, Superman's doing this for the good thing. Well, Lex Luthor gets in the Fortress of Solitude, gets the message, and then says, "Hey, I could encrypt it basically because he had this girl that could like do all kinds of shit where she can get inside the computer and everything." Well, to find out supposedly that at the end of the message, it instead of being this really good message that it sounded like at the beginning, it switches to you're going to go out there, impregnate the world, make more of us. Basically saying go and make a new Krypton, right? Go and dominate the humans because they're weak and
Mm-hmm.
take that planet over is basically what they said in the end of the message. And then like so Big Daddy Luthor like shows that through the internet, and that's why people actually start turning on Superman because he's an alien. Even though he looks human, he's still an alien, and they see that message and they're like, "Holy crap, what's going on?" And that's the biggest thing that most people's going to have a problem with. They could have did this and got away with it if there was like a big hint that this was bullshit. Lex Luthor had something to do with it, but they don't do that in the movie. They actually double down a couple of times because Lex Luthor says, "Hey, I didn't." He's talking to one of the other bad guys he's working with, and he's like, "I didn't even have to do anything. His parents did it all for me." And
Yeah,
then there's another section where Mr. Terrific tells them, "I know the people that work on the computer stuff to find out if this is real or not, and they're really super good. So like this is probably real." So like there's no you can still in your head canon try to figure out, oh, it's gonna
there's
be
still
fake.
a little doubt, like because Lex is the one telling us this
Right.
video isn't doctored, the translation's right, and then Mr. Terrific can say like, "Oh, I know those guys," but still, you may know those guys, but you don't know if they're in
Yeah.
Luthor's pocket
But that's my
because
problem. We're
yeah,
having to do that head canon wise,
we
Ferris.
got it. Yeah, we're doing it.
We're
We're
having to
doing it.
make up,
Yes,
oh, there's the ways. And I'm pretty sure in the Supergirl movie, she's gonna be like, because she's technically older than Superman.
technically
She's
yes.
yeah, she's gonna be like, "Hey, I saw this stuff going on. Like that ain't what they did. This is bull crap. That was all a lie." Right?
Mhm.
She can say that, and then like that can change it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna so-called retcon it. Maybe it was their idea all along to save it for the Supergirl movie. I think that was a mistake. Even if it would have been like an extra credit scene or something where they just give you the big hint of, oh, this was bullshit. His parents didn't really do that. Because
Mhm.
I've never seen, because it doesn't even make sense for them to send, like, if you're looking at Spider-Man lore, it doesn't make sense
Superman.
for his parents. Yes, I said Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Superman lore.
Peter Parker gonna show up.
I'm so happy for freaking Spider-Man. But anyway, but
Yeah.
in Superman, it doesn't make sense for his parents to say that because that would mean that they wouldn't have sent Zod off because that means
Mhm.
they would be in tandem with Zod. They
Yeah,
would agree with Zod. Like, we need to go make another place. Let's go destroy, not really destroy a planet, but we need to go like take
take it over.
somewhere and make a new Krypton, right? And so they would be in
But
agreement.
also too, but here's the thing too. Here's the thing, Justin. It makes no sense because Krypton explodes and all the Kryptonians are dead except two of them. You
Right.
go to Earth. How do you make more Kryptonians?
Look, I'm not joking when I actually say that his parents is saying something about impregnating the world. Like they say, go and spread your seed. So I guess that means that like if Superman and Lois were to have a kid, like it's automatically going to be
Jonathan can't.
Kryptonian.
Yeah, Jonathan.
But it would automatically be a powerful like Superman. Like it would be a Kryptonian. Like
No,
to me,
but this the problem though. Like right, but he wouldn't be a powerful Kryptonian because he'll only be half Kryptonian because we have Superboy, the genetically modified guy who is half Lex Luthor, half Superman. He's only half as powerful. You know what I mean? Like if you follow the Superboy and Young Justice and all those Superboy comics, he's only half. So you're making half Kryptonian children
yeah.
who aren't that powerful. You're still the most. So like, it just didn't make sense to me. You know, I like the film overall, but that scene I was just like, you should just kept it the way it was. Where I watched Smallville growing up, right? And at one point, they can speak to Jor-El as like through like some essence in the show. And Jor-El was a firm hand, but he's also like also a he knew about humans. He didn't hate them. But in the show, it wasn't like Jor-El wasn't telling. He would talk to Clark, and he would also talk to his dad, Pa Kent. I think.
We need to talk about them a second when you get.
Well, we'll talk about them in a second. But it wasn't like kill everybody. It was more like we want to save our kid, send him away. And they got lucky by having those two, Pa and Ma Kent, picking them up. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like the most effed up version of Superman's origin that we've ever heard of. Exactly.
Bro, and Delia means business when she's actually using the F word.
Exactly.
Okay? When the F word gets thrown out by a Dizzle, that actually means a Dizzle just came out, bro.
You know it.
Saw it in the chat.
Yeah.
Saw it in the chat.
So yeah, I'm with you, man. It just felt.
I think they're going to fix it, but they had to give the fans now something to hang their hat on to that they're not having to make up and rationalize in their head, right? Because that's what's happening is everybody's having to make up excuses for that point because everybody doesn't like that what they did with his parents. I actually think the tonal shift of it, my headcanon says because of how tonally different it was from the first part of the message, that I think it's pretty clear that it's supposed to be fake. But that's me having to say that. That's me just making that up, right? That's not me having something in the movie that I can point to be like, oh, this is obviously saying that this right here is fake. But let's talk about his adopted parents.
Yeah.
Ma and Pa Kent. I don't think it was terrible. Not gonna hate on them. I do think there's a cool little moment between a father and a son with Superman, and that moments are always gonna get me. Everybody knows.
Wait, Justin, Matt, your opinion on the message. We completely didn't ask Matt. Matt, your opinion on the message. Agree with us? Disagree with us? What do you think?
It's just totally out of character. Jor-El's a scientist, not a conqueror.
Yeah.
He wasn't a fighter.
Yeah.
He wasn't a fucking, you know what I mean? He was never about that shit. So, why would he send his kid with the intention of that, of that? It makes no sense. And then, don't you know that if you were going to do that, he's just going to face opposition?
And then when they find out that his weakness is kryptonite, that's how you kill him.
Well, and you can also throw in there that I think one of the bad things about the plot of this movie is probably the biggest thing Superman has to overcome is being canceled.
Yes.
Which a lot of people will say James Gunn almost probably forced that in there in the story because of what happened to him. How he
also survived it.
Yeah. So he technically survived it. And then it's in the movie kind of sort of there. So you can say that too.
Yeah.
But the Ma and Paul Kent.
I have no problem with them.
The Paul Kent and Superman has their moment. I don't think it's Oscar worthy or whatever.
No, it was it was sweet. It was, yeah.
It's whatever. But now I'm going to say, good thing I don't live in Kentucky. Because if I did, bro, I'd be a little pissed off. Because, bro, they made people living in Kentucky sound and look like a bunch of dumbasses. Okay?
But they're not in Kentucky.
Yeah, they are. Well, Kansas.
Yeah, small.
It's the same thing. They're right next door to each other.
But here's the thing that's
they made them look stupid as hell.
No, but here's the problem. Is where is Metropolis? Because in Smallville, it's in Kansas. Metropolis. Yeah, that's what the TV show. They make it very clear that we're in Kansas. But in comic books, Metropolis is in Delaware. You don't really know. Because here's the thing. Here's my problem is right. People are gonna say, oh, they make them sound stupid, right? Right. But I think my problem is people automatically assume people with those accents are illiterate. They just have an accent. They don't mean they stupid. They just got an accent.
Nah, but they have them doing the whole she don't know how to hold a cell phone. Look, even my grandfather that passed away a couple years ago. Hold on. Even my granddad, old as hell, that passed away a couple years ago, knew how to hold a cell phone.
No, just because your grandpa know how to hold a cell phone doesn't mean everybody's.
It's not that one thing. If that would have been just one of the things, that would have been a cute little Ma Kent thing where she's having the cell phone in front of her still laid on the table. That they made them talk super slow.
That was just their accent, Justin. There's people's accents who talk like that.
Bro, I got an accent a little bit, not as bad as some, I would say, but I talk fast.
Justin, you're from the South, and I know that. But there's people who are from the deep South who talk just like that, but they're not stupid. They just talk slower. They just have an accent that way.
Bro,
That
I
don't mean
live in
they're
the South.
dumb.
Do you live in the South?
No, but I know people who are from there, and I know you.
You
but
always talk about me not shutting up, and I'm talking faster
you
than most
not you
people
not
in
shutting
here.
up. You not shutting up don't mean you stupid.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like I don't talk super slow with an accent. Most people don't. Most of the problem is that you will run into if you live in the South with some of the people that have a big accent is you can't understand them because they don't slow down enough. That's the totally opposite. They made them speak slow. Like I said, they kind of made them look kind of stupid. I'd have been a little irritated if I lived in Kansas. And I get
personally
it.
didn't think so.
She's right. She's right. They're not next door, but they both start with a K. Okay, you give me that at least.
Okay, we'll give you that. We'll give you that.
And look, I'm not trying to. I'm just pointing out.
I'm defending my Southern people, but just because some of y'all talk slow, don't mean y'all stupid. That's my own personal opinion. Y'all just, some people just talk that slow. Don't mean they're dumb.
Listen, okay, we'll put it this way.
See, Justin, my father does not know how to work a telephone. Adelia.
Yeah, but
What's a cellophane?
Yeah,
cellophone? Cellophane?
Cellophane?
Yeah, but
my ass don't know how to speak English.
Yeah, no, but here goes the deal. So if I were to go to like New York or something like that, and I would be like, hey, give me your impression of somebody from the South speaking. Literally, they would have done pretty close to what we saw in this film. And that's like the funny joke thing is like that's what
they'll be like, well, how you doing, Pauls and Malls? How do you doing with them? Like,
I would have been all right with that, Ferris, but they not only gave them the accent, but they also was like, well, Paul, well, he always a crying. Like, we don't have to be like that, bro. What are we doing?
They're also old, so give them a break. I personally loved Mom Podcast. That's my own thing.
I don't hate them. I'm just saying, man, if they would have been Alabama folk, I'd have been like, listen here, boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You about to get that ass whooped with some grit, son, because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, like you ain't coming in here because it is the portrayal of almost they did the accent and the way they talk was like when you were trying to make fun of the South. But not all the South people speak like that, man.
Well, just why didn't he talk the same way?
What are you talking about?
No,
Superman. Why didn't he talk the same way?
Yeah, why didn't Clark? Like, because he grew up. Listen, accents come from your parents, not because you were born in a certain way. It's because you grew up with them and you pick it up as you go. It's not
in the area you live in, correct? The area you live in. But then also too, you can also point out that he is in Metropolis. He works in a newspaper. He probably went to college, so he probably got his accents can disappear.
Over some time. He ain't been known for Superman but 3 years in the film.
But as Superman, he wasn't known. But as how long was he Clark Kent, Metropolis kid or Metropolis man?
When he was a baby.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like when he grew up. Like when did he go to Metropolis and go to college and get a job?
Look, I'm just saying.
He was in his 20s.
Shout out to Boston Brandy here because this would be an example. Like, I'll give her crap sometimes because obviously Bostonians have like an accent of their own kind of thing. Like I'm gonna pop the car in Boston Yard. You know what I'm saying? But if you had a character that spoke like that, like what me and Ferris just did the whole time, like there's a bunch of Bostonians that's gonna be like, "What the fuck, bro? We don't sound like that. We don't do that all the time." Right? That's the same thing.
I always wondered, how do you think Bostonians felt like watching The Departed?
Exactly. Some of them's probably pissed off. And that's
like, man, I don't sound like Mark Wahlberg. What? It's like, yeah, you gotta do it. I don't know. You gotta do it. Which, funny enough, Mark Wahlberg is from Boston. So it makes sense. But yeah. Anything else, guys?
Matt had a long ass list. I could tell by the way he started. I want Matt to go through a couple.
Go through your list, Matt.
On his list. That was dog doo-doo.
Adelia, Affleck and Damon don't sound like Bostonians when they aren't playing Bostonians. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
The whole Mr. Terrific with the T-spheres and like taking everybody down was exactly the same effect as Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy with the arrow.
I would agree. Similar.
Like I was like, dude, it looks like they use the same fucking footage. Like. There was nothing different about it. It's like when Michael Bay did the same thing with the island footage and Transformers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, dude, are you serious? You can get away with that shit?
That ain't it, Matt. What else you got?
I don't know. You bring it up.
Damn, I brought
What do you got? You got a list?
I'm
I,
just so over this movie that like I just like I told Adelia before I came in. I said I'm definitely not saying a lot about this movie. Like,
Okay.
bro, you can say the lot, say the stuff that you don't like. That's the
You
whole
find you
point.
find it mid. That's fine. You find it
Yeah,
mid.
yeah.
That's fine. And I agree with some of your critiques. Absolutely.
Listen, I ain't down for this bull crap where everybody has to come on here and agree and
Yeah.
like we're over
No.
here like sucking a fart out of some butt
We
cheeks
we,
like
we
we got
literally.
chemistry.
I think we literally just spent the last like 20 minutes ripping it apart. Like
Listen, we
I
were
hate
all
crypto.
really
I
positive about
don't
the
like the
Fantastic
dog.
Four.
I hate the dog. I hate the dog. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and
A lot of people
if
like the dog.
anybody
I
watches this,
despise the dog.
he's literally going to get emails about that. If anybody
I
watches
hate
this
him. Like,
review, like they're going to be like,
like
"Oh my god, he
literally,
hates the dog."
there were moments where like I think him dragging him to the Fortress of Solitude
It's
that
cool.
worked.
That was
That
nice.
worked. But then there's other moments where the dog just came in and I felt irrationally angry when he showed up. 'Cause I'm like, you know what? Okay. Disclaimer: I don't hate dogs. Okay, I just want to put that for the
Sounds like
record.
it, but I get you.
I'm more of a goat man myself. But I wanted crypto, like, bro. I'm like, oh my god, get. But then when they explained, like, oh, he's not really his dog. I'm like, oh, that explains it. His owner's an alcoholic who's hungover, and of course the dog acts crazy because he ain't got no training. So he's not really
Yeah, but it was
he's
just too
not
much
the
of that.
yeah, exactly. So he's not the crypto that I knew about growing
It's
up.
like any character that you do that's going to be like, oh, they're going to be the
Yeah,
stupid guy, and everything they do is stupid. It's like,
yeah.
bro, even dumb people get
You're
something
in a
right.
safe place here, Matt.
Yeah, man. Because like, look, I hate the crap. Like, listen, I think I saw Adelia make a comment on our thing because we did the Fantastic Four. All of us were kind of hyped about that movie and gave it a pretty decent score because we just naturally agreed on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we don't do that shit all the time.
No,
I don't get no
I'm not gonna
paycheck.
lie to you. I'm not
My
gonna.
broke
Last
ass is
night threw
broke.
me off. Last night threw me off. I was like, wait, are we all giving you a force? We all like this?
Oh, I pleasantly liked it.
I
Now,
was like, really like that?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I did give it a
I
four
did-
and a half.
I didn't
My
have
bad.
high hopes
Four
for
and a half.
either of these films. I didn't have high hopes. I've been down on the comic book genre for the last films with DC and from MCU and everything else. Kind of been burned on some. And then we get to this, even some of the shows they did, but we get to these two films. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was a turn for the better for both. I think the DC world they created in this movie can be really fun and cool. And like, I thought the world building in this film was one of the better things as well. So that part, I think we can have some fun with. We can have some fun
Also, do
with a cocky ass Green Lantern. I think that kind
but
of seems like it could be a
funny
fun
enough,
thing.
funny enough, Justin. So, comic book people who are more well versed in them, I deferred to them. I heard that Nathan Fillion was perfect as Guy Gardner because he's Guy Gardner. He's not the Hal Jordan. People were like, oh, he's Guy Gardner. He's an asshole.
And
And apparently people said Nathan Fillion was perfect to the T. So
yeah, I give them props on this film
yeah.
that they pluck characters out of a comic book and tried to make them like the comic book on almost every aspect.
Dumb haircut,
Yeah, I don't
arrogant.
give it. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also, I do have a little critique. It's like, how did the government not know that Lex Luthor created another dimension? You know what I mean?
Hey,
Unless the government knew that. No, his thing. But then I think, unless the government knew he created another dimension because they threw prisoners there.
some of that stuff I'm going to forgive, but like I said, it's like there are moments like to me the whole thing is like when they started evacuating. I was like, bro, there ain't no time. This is a fucking huge ass city. Go out there right now and tell like Boston, give it an alert. A bomb's going to drop in 30 minutes and see what kind of crap happens.
Yeah,
Nobody's escaping.
No,
they're all going to get stuck in traffic like instantly.
Yes,
like
they will
instantly.
Be.
Like
Traffic
it happened in
backed up.
California not long ago with the forest fires because they got so bad and so many people tried to leave all at once. The freaking firefighters couldn't even get to where the fires were because like the traffic was so bad. Yeah. Like that's not going to happen. That's why I said there are moments in this. It was almost like MCU.
That's what I liked about. That's why I like in this movie. There were people in danger while they were evacuating because not everyone got out. Because there's people who are about to fall through the cosmic crack. I think.
Right, but they had that bridge, right? And it's people still trying to escape. There's like 6 cars on the bridge, bro. We talking that they'd be like the whole bridge would be packed. People would be out yelling at each other like, "Come on, motherfucker, go! We trying to get out of here!" Like that kind of bullshit. And none of that stuff's going on and whatever. And I'm sorry, but like, listen, we're talking about world-changing events. people die in our world every day just by accident. Not even about. I'm not even talking about the bad shit that's going on in different
Someone
spots
accidentally
of the
fell
world.
off a ladder, like that type of shit.
Exactly.
Cleaning some
But yet,
gutters.
some reason, we got big ass monster in the middle of a thing. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can get stepped on and squished. Not nobody. Sorry, I'm tired of
Mhm.
it. I won't listen. I don't want them. I don't want to see
You want
intestines.
more deaths?
Yeah, I don't want to see intestines in there or nothing like that.
Yeah, just you
Something
see,
gross.
just like
But
make a
hey,
reference to people dying.
well, it gave me the seriousness with that. Like, he wasn't a cab driver; he was like a hot dog salesman or whatever.
Yeah,
But like the guy,
the halal cart guy.
yeah, exactly. So like with that whole scene of the Russian roulette and that whole like basically Lex Luthor saying, "I thought that was going to last longer." Like, bro,
That was so evil, dog.
bro,
That
that's what
was
I'm
so
saying.
evil.
So at least in this film, they gave me something.
That
You know what
was
I'm
so
saying? Like they
evil,
gave me a
bro.
little bit,
Yeah, that
right?
was so goddamn evil, man. But then also too, Metamorpho having to become Kryptonite because Lex Luthor has his child
Yep.
and his
He
like
has one of his ex girlfriends that was going to start a bad blog about him, like stuck in one of
yeah
those boxes.
yeah and
Oh, I'm going to give props to the cuz in one of the first films, that same character. I can't remember her name. I don't know all the DC like Superman characters' names, but that lady, she has like a old school sounding name, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, like his girlfriend in the film, like Super's girl in the film,
Lana,
is that who it is?
no no
Like
no
she,
Lana Lane.
oh no you're talking no you're talking about Eve
I mean, not
Eve
Lana Lane. Um,
not Eve Tessmacher.
yeah,
Is
it
it Eve?
is. It is Tessmacher. That's who I
Yeah
was
yeah
trying
yeah
to think
the
of.
girl that is like Jimmy's like meeting Jimmy
Yeah,
in the alley.
she's with Lex Luthor the whole time.
Yeah yeah she's taking like
She's looking all
taking selfies.
she's looking all dumb the whole movie.
Yes
Tessmacher.
Comes to find
yeah
out
yeah
she's not even close to being stupid. She acts
yes
that way on purpose so that she can take pictures of all the stupid shit that Lex Luthor's doing
yes
and
yes.
like that kind of thing. I thought that was clever. I thought that was fun. Give her props for that.
Hmm. Yeah, she plays Eve Tessmacher. I think in the first Superman movie where what's the name? Gene Hackman says Miss Tessmacher, like that's her. That's Eve
Yeah.
Tessmacher.
Yep.
Yeah,
And she like acts goofy in that film as well.
yeah, yeah.
So she fits the character. She fits what's up. But then like she turns out to not be as dumb as everybody looks at her
Hmm.
as because she's literally all the evidence they need she happens to have.
Yep. And they're all like, oh, these are all selfies. What the hell? And then all you have to do is zoom in right in the back.
I'll
Right
ask
there.
Matt this because he's the lowest on the film, and then we can give our scores and get the hell out of here. But Matt, even though you're mad about the thing, at least the world building, at least maybe one or two of the characters in there, and maybe even home dude playing. Like maybe you didn't like exactly what Superman did in the film, but the guy playing the part, like the look and all that stuff. Would you be interested in a second Superman?
No,
Or oh hell, shit, boy, Matt is stomping. I can't wait to hear the score.
Off the top rope.
Bro, he's Macho Man Randy Savage snapping to a Slim Jim on that ass. All right.
Yeah.
mhm.
All right. Well,
I'm just gonna say one more thing. This doesn't have to do with the movie. It's James Gunn. Like, dude, the lady that played Cat Grant.
Michaela Hoover.
Yeah, dude, that nepotism right there, that has to stop. Like, you're the head of a studio now. You can't be hiring your fucking friend and putting her in every fucking movie, dude.
I
Like,
kind
that's
of agree with that.
So you didn't like Sean Gunn as being revealed to be Maxwell Lord? You didn't like
No,
that?
no, I don't care about that. Just having that chick in every movie, it's like, dude.
And I'm not a big James Gunn fan here. Now, I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, he should have been canceled forever, fired for all that stuff. But the stuff he joked about that he was getting in trouble for was legit. And I've seen other people lose their entire careers on less.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to him, like, for him, I don't know what it is, who he knows or whatever, but it seems like he got to, like, kind of skate right on by that a little. I thought that ride for him coming back should have been a little bumpier than what it's been, to be perfectly honest, because with that kind of subject and everything else, like, bro, that,
It ain't funny.
yeah, it ain't even
Not
funny to
funny.
even think about trying to be funny about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just nasty, bro, especially
Yeah.
somebody with a kid. So, like, that was my deal is I've seen other people, like, get in trouble and people hate on him for a very long time. And, like, I don't want them to do anything for less than what he did to me. But that is what it is.
Yeah. Well, let's head on out. Before we head on out, though, guys, Superman Fantastic Four. Which one do you prefer?
4.
Four.
Fantastic Four. I think
Fantastic
there's
Four?
some things in this film like I brought it up because they were
Uh-huh.
similar moments in the
Uh-huh.
films, and I think so. Like the robot side character me was better than Crypto. The way they had time progress and stuff, and you had enough time to do everything.
We needed more for the robot, personally, in my
Right.
opinion.
Now,
We need more for the robot.
I will say, even though I think Superman was more jokey, I could give James Gunn a little bit of credit for maybe holding back a little bit because I was afraid every single little thing was going to be a joke, and it wasn't in Superman, and it also wasn't in Fantastic Four. That's one of my biggest gripes about some of these films, like everybody's heard, but that's one thing I will give both of these films a little bit. I didn't think that like the serious moments they had didn't automatically have to have a joke right around them or next to them all the time. I think Superman did it more. And I think Fantastic Four did that part better as well. So,
Matt,
I'll just say
agree?
one. Yeah, I'll just say one last thing too. It bothered me, especially with Fantastic Four, but it's the same with this movie with the kaiju thing. If these things are so fucking big, especially Galactus, he could eat the fucking planet. How the fuck can they stand on any part of the fucking structure? Like, it makes no sense.
Like on the
You know
street?
what I mean? No, like when they step on the planet or whatever, and they're there, like. He should just go right through that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He should
No,
be
but
able to
I'm with you. But I think with Galactus though, isn't his battleship bigger than the planet? But he's big, but not bigger than the planet. His
right.
battleship.
Well, that's what they
bigger.
portrayed him in the film. Now I have to go back to the comic books and see it, but I thought he was imposing in the film enough. Thought he was big enough.
Because I think he was huge, but I think it's the battleship. His ship is what's the biggest. It's like Doomsday with the
it's not like he eats the planet. It's like the ship and all the mechanisms
ship eats
that like
the planet. Yeah,
and, like
the ship the ship shoots, like, you remember when it had that giant like gun where it shoots the planet and it explodes. Like, I think that's what. But I agree with you. I agree what you mean, Matt. Like if they were as big as a planet, make no damn sense.
Like if they're on a trajectory to this planet, they don't just fucking stop when they get here. You know what I mean?
Like, like
perfect fucking score. Like
it's magic, Matt.
Yeah,
movie magic. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Scores. Matt, hit me.
I'm not gonna go so low as you guys think, but I'm going 3 out of 5.
Well, I thought this was gonna be a 1.5. I thought it was gonna be a 1.5. I thought it was going to be a 1.5 because the amazing part about it is I'm giving you my score.
I'm going with a 3. It's a 3 to me.
Like, yeah. Because I think...
I love you, man.
I think
Matt, I love you so much, man.
Look. Because I agree that... I just gave Fantastic Four a 4.
Yeah.
Which is no pun intended. But like, I have to give Superman at least a 1-point deduction based on like those two films, like and seeing them so close together. Yep.
Holy shit, man!
I have to give it a 3 as well. I'm going with a 3, but you also
going with a 3.
In Fantastic Four, you don't. The only issue, both of these movies have a problem at the end for me, but one of them affects the movie, the other one doesn't. It's a worry about the future. So in Superman, the thing at the end is because of the whole like, well, we made Superman's parents from Krypto a bunch of assholes that ain't never been done before, right? And then you don't give us the hint of like maybe something was up about it. You just pretend like it's still real. There's that issue for Superman, which affects that particular movie. In Fantastic Four, it's like Franklin Richards, bro, you just opened up a can of damn worms on that son of a gun, bro. Like, so, but that doesn't affect that film as a whole. So yeah, I definitely got to give it at least a point lower. I'm going to have to go at 3.
I'm gonna go with the 3 as well. But guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as well as if you want to add an extra layer of support, we do have a Cash App and a Venmo, LGRN 20, if you want to send, some support our way also too. But if you want to, for like one-time donations, but if you want to add like a monthly contribution, we have a coffee page as well as our Patreon page, patreon.com/LGR_network, and coffee, ko-fi.com/LGR_network as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. But also too, guys, join us tomorrow Same time-ish. We have the Thunderbolts review. I know Thunderbolts was released months ago, but we didn't talk about it. We want to talk about it. We want to dissect it. We want to, really revel in it because we didn't really talk about it in a group. So join us tomorrow, similar time.
I
believe.
wish that we were all like able to do like the YouTube thing full time. Unfortunately, we can't. People's got things going on with their families and stuff like that. The time Thunderbolts came out, even with the Superman thing,
Yes.
we try to schedule me, Ferris, and Matt to be able to get on here and do it and have some fun with the Superman one. So sorry, this one right here was a little bit late, but we're not full time YouTubers. We come on here and do this thing for fun, hang out with the fans, hang out with us, as a group, as a team, and everything else, and that's part of it. So we do it. So
yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Where can people watch you, Justin?
They're gonna watch me on here, and it looks like I think at least me and Adelia is gonna be talking about Thunderbolts. I probably don't like it as much as Adelia. There's obvious reasons for that too. Like Adelia, the subject matter in that movie is going to affect Adelia more than it would me right off the top, and there might be some things that I don't like about it that Adelia's going to get mad. Might throw some F slurs at me when we do it. So y'all get ready.
Yep, Adelia is correct. Today we were accused of being paid advertisers on TikTok.
Hell yeah, that's when you make it.
Yeah, that's when you make
start
it.
getting called the shield.
Yeah, you know you've done it. Matt, where can people watch you, my man?
Just here, checking out movies and TV shows.
Perfect. All right, guys, you can watch me tomorrow, 3 o'clock, live, the Rewatchers Council. Me and Rob Snark will be doing the flagship show for that. And then on Friday, 5 o'clock, pre-taped or premiere, I think, the Angel, the sequel series, The Angel Rewatchers. And then on Saturday, we are rewatching our, I believe, where are we at on the MCU? Which movie are we on?
We just did Age of Ultron. I can't remember what's next.
What's after Age of Ultron? But the MCU rewatch will be doing that on Saturday.
Right, Ant-Man.
Is it Ant-Man?
If it's not Ant-Man, Ant-Man's like 1 or 2 movies down the line.
I'll also be doing Thunderbolts tomorrow as well. I'll also be there. I will be Thursday. I'll be there. Ant-Man, yes, Ant-Man on Saturday. I actually love Ant-Man. Ant-Man's pretty cool.
The first Ant-Man is pretty damn good. Yeah. But hey, listen, like a wise man once told me, and his name was Matt. If it smells like pee, it's a 3.